In this video, I'm going to show you how you can connect the Integrate Stripe with Airtable extension with the miniExtensions form. So just make sure you've watched the video for how to set up the Stripe payment. I'm not going to go over that. I'm just going to assume that you've figured out how to set up the Stripe payment, and then this video will explain how to integrate that Stripe payment with the form. So please make sure you watch that if you have not already. Cool. So given that we have this Stripe formula from the first video, now we can go ahead and create our form. So I'm going to go ahead and create our form in miniExtensions. And really what I want is a form for someone to set up the payment, and then a second form for them to be redirected to just kind of like have a status for the payment. So that's what I'm planning to do. Cool. So let's switch the table here to the table I'm using. Cool. And one second. So a few fields that don't make sense that I'm going to remove. Payment status, that's sort of a field on the back end, not supposed to be for the user. Product is good, but I don't want the user to be able to create and edit products. I just want them to be able to select them. So I'm going to remove the options for editing and creating. We got quantity here, that's fine. Total is good. Product title, not necessarily needed because they can see the title there. Same here, same here, same here, same here, same here. Cool. So that's our form. Person comes in, gives us their email, select a product, quantity, and we're good to go. Next thing we want to do here is we want to redirect now after this to the Stripe payment. So redirect URL, Airtable URL, Stripe formula. And this, to be specific, is this Stripe formula right here, which will take the person through the payment flow. So after the form, they'll be redirected to the payment flow. If you want to give the person an explanation before they head there, you can choose to do so with this option. Cool. We should be good to go, aside from the fact that after navigating to Stripe, right, we need to send the user somewhere afterwards. So currently, the user is being sent in our current Stripe integration. They're being sent to miniExtensions in Google, just like test URLs. They're not real. So let's do the following. As a cancel redirect URL, this is not amazing, but it's a starting point. I'm just going to redirect them back to the form. It's not going to have the information that they filled in, so it's going to be blank, but it's something. So let's start there. So that's the cancel URL. And again, you can do a lot more stuff if you want to, right? You can pre-fill the form, you can do a bunch of more advanced stuff, but I'm just going to start with something basic. Cool. And technically, actually, you could just redirect back to that record. Actually, yeah. Let's try this in this video because this is a useful trick. So if you do this, this will redirect the user back to the exact record. And as long as that exact record is still accessible, like they created the record, you'll see it in the video as I'm showing the demo. Cool. Now on cancellation, we're redirecting back to the form. On success, I would like to actually redirect to a new form that is like kind of just like read only, right? So pretty much I want to, so let me rename this form just to make it not confusing. Stripe products. And now I want to call this editable, and I want to create a new one that is read only. And this read only one is going to just be useful for the fact that after duplicating, I don't want the person to be changing things, right? So let's go ahead and go there. Should be simple. Mark all as read only, right? And I guess that's it. I mean, you might want to show the payment status, but I don't really know. So for now, I'm going to keep this way. Cool. So let me rename this to read only now, right? And we're good to go. So now let's just redirect to this form. So the way you could do this is you can edit records. You take this formula, you create that formula in Airtable. So read only formula. Drop that in here. Cool. So now we should pretty much have a full flow for the entire thing. We just need to make sure that this is actually our success redirect, right? So actually the read-only form, sorry, I created it as a field, but we actually just want to make it our success redirect. I'm going to get rid of this right here and just replace this. Cool. Awesome. Let's go ahead and try it out. So we'll have to start at the form. Sorry, one second. Let me go. Cool. So this is our form. We'll start with creating a record on the form. Nice. I'm gonna put my email here. Then I'll select a product. And by the way, you could mark these as required. I did not, but you should. So actually, let's just do that right now. So you should mark all these fields as required because they actually are. Otherwise, there are going to be problems with the payment. So let's mark them all as required. All right. Yep. Cool. Looks good. All right. Let's refresh this. And of course, the name is not supposed to be for the public, right? So with your own form, just name it something that makes sense. Cool. Okay. So let's try this out. Cool. Product. And selecting this, a quantity, I'm just going to do 2. Let's go ahead. So now, and you can, by the way, change the save button if you'd like to make this something more user-friendly, like, go to payments or something. Cool. All right, so redirecting. You get taken to the Stripe extension. You get taken to Stripe. Okay. Again, I'm in test mode because my API keys that are set up in here, right? The Stripe API keys, these are my test mode API keys. So once I'm ready to actually start using it, I would convert them to the production ones. But because I'm in test mode, I could just test. And the way to do that is to do this. Okay. I'm just going to do that. Cool. All right. Cool. Nice. This is the form that we wanted, and the form with the read-only. So yeah, cool. So that's sort of the quick demo that I wanted to show. Of course, you can take this in many different directions, but I just wanted to show the possibilities. If you have any questions or feature requests, please let us know. We'd love to build those things. And just from the other video, just a heads up, you can, of course, find this payment in Stripe, right? So you can track down the exact payment. The exact payment, to be specific, could be easily found by just tracking down the exact record ID. So if you grab the record ID from here, grab it this way, right? Drop it in here. Just like that, you find the exact payment that that person made.